Good morning and welcome to Bad Hotel Coffee Chat for Saturday at the 2014 Grey Cup. My name is Drew Edwards of the Hamilton Spectator. This is my Bad Hotel Coffee. And as you can hear, my voice is starting to not go necessarily, but it has that kind of raspy feel, which it gets when I get tired, which I am a little bit today. And also, it's the voice you get when you stand in bars and are shouting at people so you can be heard. And that's where I was last night. I went to Tiger Town, which is at a bar called Malone's here in Vancouver. And the place was just jammed with people, and it was a really good scene. I've been to a bunch of Tiger Towns at Grey Cups, obviously, and the ones that are in smaller bars that have sort of the right feel, which Malone's does. It's kind of a pubby thing, but it's a slightly upscale pub, but it's a working man's bar. What can I tell you? And that those places are often the best Tiger Towns. They've had my first year on the beat in 2009. They had it at a Legion Hall in Calgary, and that was phenomenal. Wood floors and it was just those kind of places that I think embody sort of the spirit of the organization and its history. I think are the best Tiger Towns, and the one in Vancouver's top notch. Speaking of 2009, the guy that helped me the most in those early days on the beat was then Ticat general manager Bob Bilovich. When I took over, I'd followed the league as a fan, but I didn't really understand the nuances of the game, which you don't understand unless you follow it, with the kind of intensity that you do when you work in the business. And that first season, particularly that first off season, I spent so much time on the phone with Bob Bilovich, just talking about how things fit together, how teams were constructed, how contracts work, how the CBA worked, how the league, the nuances of it all. And he was so generous with his time. And so gracious with his knowledge. I just came to really enjoy talking football with Obi over the years. And he was inducted to the 2015, yes, that's right, 2015 Canadian Football Hall of Fame class yesterday. And I'm just really happy for Bob, who I think is one of the great guys in the Canadian Football League. And I think you can draw a straight line from Obi's tenure as general manager to where the Ticats are right now. That he was the guy, that gave football legitimacy back to the organization, basically, and turned the franchise around in those early years. Got them back to the playoffs and started to build a culture of success. And that Ken Dawson obviously has continued that and taken it to another level, but Bob was the guy that took an organization that was a mess and not particularly well respected from a football perspective, and gave it instant legitimacy and then made it better. And I just he's got a long career in football, was a great coach, played, won Grey Cups, so his resume for Canadian Football Hall of Fame is tremendous. I'm just really happy to see him honored in that way. And thanks very much, Obi, for all the things you did back in the day. Today. Walk through, we'll find out the lineups. I don't expect to see a lot of changes for the Ticats, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to ask players and Austin today, given I feel like we've asked every question there is to ask. The one question I got from a reader was about Emmanuel Davis in the secondary and whether using Davis made more sense given the Stampeders passing attack. It's one of those situations where I think the group they have now, the five guys, have played together quite a bit over the last 8 weeks, and I think there's some cohesion there, so I don't think you want to disrupt that. Plus, Calgary has big physical receivers, and I think you want the big physical defensive backs, and Davis is a smaller guy. They also, obviously bigger halfbacks and corners fill in better in the run game when that's necessary, and corners is a tough guy to bring down. One of the suggestions was maybe Davis could be used for a guy like Courtney Stephen. I hear that they use Ed Gainey in certain packages on the corner and move Stephen to safety from time to time, or take him out because they do have some ratio flexibility. But I think taking him out on a full-time basis is tough from a ratio perspective because it means you got to make a switch somewhere else, and you lose a guy like Brian Hall, who's going to be key in solving the run game against corners. So I don't see them using Davis on Sunday is the short answer following my long answer. So, okay, we will talk to you tomorrow. Good luck to the McMaster Marauders. Be interesting to watch the Vanier Cup. And make sure you check back to the Scratching Post. There's going to be a ton of stuff on there today. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.